The volume on?
Yeah, but let's turn it up. Can we
Oh no,
pause it?
it's on.
Let's turn it up. You have to pull the lever for me. I still love that song. It's cool.
Andy.
Her tail.
That's cute.
It's great.
That's pretty.
Taylor, you are compassionate, loyal, committed. Yeah. Gosh, companion and loyalty. It's just.
I haven't seen
I
it.
could say a lot about those three things, but the companionship that I feel with her runs very deep, and I know that whatever goes, we're going to be linked to each other's sides and hips, and we're going to make it, and not just make it, but enjoy life to its fullest.
Oh.
Tears for the first words.
Oh yeah.
James, you are kind,
I love that.
you are a friend, and you are safe. I love how you help me grow, and you make
That
me a
is
better
funny.
person. And I feel like I can mess up, and you still love me, and you forgive, and you're just my very best friend.
I'm like eating the soap.
I know.
Did it taste bad?
My name is Josh Causey. I have the privilege
Aw.
of being James and Taylor's pastor and officiating their wedding today. Last night at the rehearsal dinner, there was talk of how you guys met because James was going to play a session or audition for a session in one of Taylor's recordings, and that's how they met. And they were talking about just how grateful they were that James learned to play the dobro and all that stuff. And I want all you to know that my mom was James's first music teacher. And so, on behalf of my mom, you're welcome.
Aww.
One of the
great.
things that is no surprise to anyone who knows
That's
either
cool.
of you is
Madison.
that we're standing on a farm, you know. And when you guys first started hanging out and dating and everything, and all the first things that I heard were like, Taylor's like, it's like the girl version of James. And how much you guys had in common, how similar you were in so many ways. I mean, you know, they both love agriculture, and they both love country music, and they both sing and they play guitar and all this kind of stuff. And so it's not a surprise that we're here.
I have always believed that God has a plan for all of us. The problem is figuring it out. Now I can look back and see the path that led me to my wife, which led to our son, James. I believe it is also a part of God's plan that Taylor and James met each other and fell in love. It wasn't my plan. I failed miserably. A few years ago, when James was in college, there was this young lady that was interning at Farm Bureau where I worked. I had to brag about my son some and talk music and whatever, and so I brought it up to James one day that they were, I think, recording or getting ready to do some performances, and hey, if you need another guitar player and a young lady that can really sing good, you ought to come by the office and I'll introduce you to. And he blew me off because I was meddling and I wasn't doing it. for love interest, I don't do that kind of stuff. No Cupid here, but strictly music.
It's all in it.
A few years later, he called me one afternoon and said, "Dad, I'm going to New Roads. I'm going to go audition to play on a song that a young girl's written, and I haven't met her before or anything, but do you know any of the Fries?" And I said, "Yeah, I do." I said, "You're going to go see Taylor Fry." "Well, how do you know that?" I said, "Because that's the girl I tried to get you to come over and meet."
He was right.
I was in the studio, and the producer, the guy who was helping me record, he said, "You need a dobro player." And I didn't know what a dobro was.
I get to her house. I remember opening my door and banjos and dobros and pedal steels and amps were like falling out my truck. And so she had like a whole band in a corner of a room just like this. And I think it was my way or her way of testing to see if I was good enough to play.
And then everybody left that night, all my friends, and then James like was in a chair like this. And everybody left and he went like this. And then I was like, oh God. He's gonna ask me a question.
He's gonna ask me a question.
And I pulled up a chair and I said, "So like, tell me about like your family, like what your relationship with Jesus is like." What?
We talked about farming and Jesus and music and I was like, oh, I love him.
And I remember staying there for another hour and a half, and pretty much we both left just like jaw dropped at like, it was a conversation where everything was welcomed in and everything was being thought about, and you could tell that there was a well-intentioned heart behind it.
So last night, Mr. Kyle said how we're two peas in a pod, and so like watching through the slideshow, like I'm just so grateful.
Oh, me mama.
Such a good shot.
Grant.
Aww.
I totally said it's uneven. He almost died.
Mason.
He almost...
Whoa.
Oh, yay!
I didn't cry.
Okay,
She looks pretty, my dad.
she's gorgeous.
Thanks.
But you always pretty.
No.
Leah.
Nemo.
That is awesome.
Oh, Clay and Jody.
You struck a chord on your own.
Cried the whole
I
time.
knew it. I knew you were going to.
I'm already crying.
Wow, your fingers.
Every good song you write.
Of my heart. It was more than just music. Sound of you singing.
Like patting your...
You were excited. I was too.
Because of your love for Christ and your love for one another and the covenant you are a part of, it's a privilege to pronounce you husband and wife. And you may kiss your bride.
Gosh, look at the sun.
It's so
Perfect. We did not plan on that.
And let me present to you for the first time James and Taylor McCann.
Just flowers out of it. Fun.
So fun. I did not know he did that. Forrest, that was... I love that Steven was in the band.
There's so many good momos.
Whoa.
It's like eating your face.
I know. Gosh, you're getting pelted at the end.
You're like,
I know.
That was beautiful.
It's so beautiful.
You like
Gosh, it was perfect.
it? It was so good.
It was so good. Gosh. I want to watch it again.
Yes, we will
And
keep
again.
watching it over and over and over. Thank you, Lex.
Thank you so much, Lex.
And then this one. Thank you, Lex.
Thank you. Well, I guess we just looked into that one. Double thanks. You deserve triple thanks.